Roddick, who is returning to the scene of his ultimate near miss last year when he lost that epic, dramatic final to Roger Federer. But he's won a lot of fans, and a big welcome for Andy Roddick and his opponent, Michael Laudrup. And I think that reception really speaks volumes for the affection in which he is held here, the way he handled himself after that loss. OK, that's the match we'll be focusing on in just a moment, but let's hear from Andy Roddick, not only finalist last year, he's been 3 times a finalist here at Wimbledon. He's been talking to Gary Richardson.
Having been involved in such a fantastic final last year, but knowing how competitive you are, does it make any difference at all that it was a great final to you?
Well, sure. I mean, yeah. I mean, I think you'd rather play well in a final than not play well. You know, but everyone talks about one match, but you know, the tournament is a 2-week process. So I have a lot of great memories. I mean, the good memories far outweigh you know, the disappointment of not winning. You know, and it doesn't change the fact that I really love this tournament.
You've had a great run in loads of tournaments here over the years. It's obviously a tournament you know that you can do well in. Last year is an example. Yeah. I mean, it's you know, Wimbledon's been one of my most successful events. I feel like you know, I'm one of the handful of guys that can compete well on the surface and you know, really kind of feel comfortable on the surface. So it's a tournament I always look forward to getting back to. So how do you assess your chances this time, given what happened 12 months ago? Well, the first part of that question has nothing to do with the second part of that question. Because it's 12 months on. Well, last year's last year. You know, sure. you start over. You can't replay a tournament or play against your tournament from last year. That just doesn't make sense. So I feel fine. I've been in good form this year, and I'm looking forward to starting. And what is it that makes it such a special tournament for all the players? Is it just the history, the tradition? What is it? Well, I think so. I don't know that I could, you know, generalize it in a short amount of time that we have in this interview. But it is the traditions. It is, you know, I feel like it's the most prestigious venue. You know, certainly, you know, in my opinion, it's the best tennis venue in the world, and you know, always will be. So, you know, it's a pleasure to be a part of it.
And there is Andy Roddick out on court when we knew after last year they did certainly
his best in this tiebreaker, the American. 4 match points. Again, set match Roddick. That was impressive. 6-4, 6-4, 6-1, 7-6. And you can see what it meant to him as well. A good long look up at his box there. Centre court crowd applauding Roddick. It was a tremendous match. And the perfect match in so many ways. Very aware of his surroundings and what's going on, Roddick, there with a little kick towards the crowd.
What a performance, though. It really was. That was a tough match to come through for the American. Laudrup, for a set and a half there, was absolutely in inspirational form, and Roddick had to hang really tough to stay with him. And once he nudged ahead, he was brilliant.
There's 2 break points that Laudrup had at the start of the second set. 15-40. Somehow the American dug himself out of trouble. And although Laudrup hung with him for a fair part of that second set, just was unable to recapture the sensational form that was his at the start of the first set. And a perfect match, John, for Roddick.
He'll be thrilled to come through against an opponent who has been in superb grass court form in the season already, and to come through like that. He was pushed all the way, and to come through in 4 sets, not going to 5. It was a good physical workout. He's seeing the ball well. Good day at the office for Andy Roddick.
Posted a healthy percentage of first serves in. Roddick, he'll be pleased with that, 72%. And his net play as well, I think, will have really thrilled him out there. Although Laudrup perhaps doesn't drive the ball as much, the fact that he had that willingness to go in and cut off a number of shots. So a wonderful win for Andy Roddick out here on centre court. And I wonder what he has to say about that particular performance. He's with Phil Jones right now.
Andy, congratulations once again. Another accomplished performance against a potentially dangerous opponent.
Well, not potentially, a very dangerous opponent. You know, after watching him play pretty well at Queens and win a title last week, when the draw came out, that definitely got my attention. And you know, he played pretty flawless through the better part of 2 sets, and I kind of hung around. I played a really good breaker there in the 4th set.
Tell me how you were feeling overall a couple of games in here at Wimbledon compared to maybe where you were at this point last year.
Well, you know, I didn't play unbelievable at the beginning of last year's tournament. I got better as it went on, probably playing better so far this year. But, you know, the thing about this tournament, you start over every 2 days. So it really doesn't matter what happened. You just survive and give yourself a chance.
And to be back out on centre court, I know it's a special place for you.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, it's nice to get back out there, play, and kind of get it done with. It's a great court. I mean, it's the pinnacle of our sport, so it's always fun.
Great to see you again. Well done.
Thank you.
Oh, a nice guy and a very popular winner as well. What an entertaining start to the centre court programme, because that was a very tricky opponent for Andy Roddick, the 3-time finalist, to get by. But anyway, that win in 4 sets certainly puts him through to the next round and keeps him in the tournament. And he knows where he is, yeah, because the World Cup is over on BBC One, and Roddick is staying in the tournament here. And England, if it stays the same way, could be staying in the tournament because they have gone 1 goal up against Slovenia, a goal from Jermaine Defoe off a cross from James Milner. So Defoe has scored for England against Slovenia. That's over on BBC.